He was born in Athens, ancient Greece, in 470 BC. His father Sophroniscus was a sculptor, and his mother Phanerete was a midwife. Although there is not much information about Socrates' youth, it is said that he practiced his father's profession for a while and even worked as a sculptor. However, Socrates attracted attention with his passion for philosophy and knowledge from an early age. He was interested in the political and social structure of Athens, but did not receive a formal education. Instead, he sought knowledge through dialogues with people in the streets and agoras. How did he found philosophy? Socrates revolutionized philosophical thought by putting man and morality at the center of philosophy. According to him, the aim of philosophy was for man to know himself and lead a virtuous life. Socrates took philosophy out of abstract metaphysical discussions and brought it into daily life. With this approach, he ensured that philosophy became a field of interest, not only for scholars, but for everyone. Socrates' philosophical method is known as the Socratic method, dialectic. This method is based on questioning the other person's thoughts by asking questions. For example, it starts with a question such as, "What is virtue?" and tries to reach the truth by criticizing the person's answers. This method aims to break down people's prejudices and reach knowledge. With this method, Socrates taught the youth of Athens to question and think critically. Socrates' achievements. Socrates' greatest achievement was to make philosophy a way of life and to encourage people to question their thoughts. Although he left no written works, his student Plato recorded his thoughts in the form of dialogues. In this way, Socrates' philosophical approach was passed on to subsequent generations. Socrates' achievements can be summarized as follows. The Socratic method. He developed the method of questioning and dialogue to reach knowledge. Moral philosophy. He laid the foundations of moral philosophy. His approach encouraged critical thinking and self-examination, influencing countless philosophers and thinkers throughout history. By focusing on the concepts of virtue, justice, and goodness. Critical thinking. He encouraged people to question authority and traditional beliefs. Socrates' most important quote and explanation. Socrates' most famous quote is, "An unexamined life is not worth living." This statement reflects the essence of Socrates' philosophical approach. According to him, the meaning of human life is not just to live, but to question and make sense of life. This questioning enables people to know themselves, lead a virtuous life, and attain true knowledge. With this statement, Socrates invites people to think and develop a critical perspective. The death of Socrates. Socrates was targeted by the authorities of the time for criticizing the political and social structure of Athens. In 399 BC, he was accused of corrupting the youth and impiety. These charges led to his trial, where he defended his beliefs. Despite his arguments, he was found guilty and sentenced to death, and not believing in the gods of the state. In fact, behind these accusations lay Socrates' attitude of questioning the leaders and social norms of Athens. Defending himself in court, Socrates denied the accusations and did not compromise his philosophical principles. He was sentenced to death by the jury. Socrates calmly accepted the verdict and ended his life by drinking hemlock poison. Before his death, he said the following words to his students: "Do not fear death, for death is either nothingness or the transmigration of the soul to an immortal place." But his death symbolizes the power of philosophical thought and the courage it takes to defend one's beliefs. Socrates is considered the founder of philosophy. His method of questioning, moral philosophy, and approach to critical thinking have left their mark on human history. Although he left no written works, his thoughts have survived to the present day through his student Plato. Socrates' life and death symbolize the power of philosophy and the human endeavor to attain knowledge.